We are at the Calgary Boat and Sportsman Show with country superstar Brett Kissel, good old Alberta boy, here on the Nature Center YouTube channel. It is 6.
Yeah, he's the king here. This is so cool. And who you got on your shoulders there?
This is Narcissa.
Narcissa.
Yep, she's a 20-year-old bone constrictor.
No way. You people taking pictures with her? Or
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Give Brett the snake,
No,
Jeremy.
not at all. You're unwrapped from me. So I'll come around behind you here. I'll get you to put your right arm up with the chest ring, and then under your other arm.
So there's going to be no issues here?
No, so if you just hold her right there, up on your shoulder.
It's a gamble.
I'll go under this one, and you hang on just like that.
Grab some pictures.
So, tell me about Narcissa.
So she's 20 years old.
Yeah.
She's basically fully grown.
She's
Came
a
to
rescue.
us as a rescue from Lethbridge. And she is about 35 pounds. She's a big girl.
Yeah. So it's like the common things, like there's so many fears about snakes.
Yes.
I even felt a little bit of the energy obviously putting her on my shoulders as I heard her not hiss.
No,
or
that's her big
slither.
exhale.
Yeah. So, but there's just no issue, right? Like she just, no issues for humans in this.
No, not these guys. These guys are really regularly handled, worked with. We take them to kids' parties.
Oh my goodness.
She's docile. She's like a puppy. She's curled up. She's happy now.
And someone has like 17 kids, so you know he should probably have a birthday party down here in Calgary with them sometime.
My kids would lose it. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Very good, thank you. So how old will she live?
25 to 30 years.
Okay. Gotcha. So
She's a senior at this point.
yeah. And what's her diet and how often does she eat?
Once a month. Large.
That's it, eh?
rodents. Yeah. The bigger the snake, the less they eat.
Okay. And how? What kind of large rodents?
Large rats.
Yeah.
We fit all of our snakes frozen thawed.
Okay.
She could also take a rabbit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're harder to find.
Yeah. There's you have to be careful with snakes because they will always eat. So like there was a snake that our partners have that's albino boa constrictor, and she's like horrifyingly big because they're feeding like a big rabbit like every 2 weeks or something, and so all the fat congeals around their organs. Yeah.
Right.
And so that can actually kill them. So now we know a lot more about them and the fact that they need to be fed less.
Here's an interesting question, and maybe it's morbid, and I'm sorry to bring it up.
Nope.
When some of your animals pass away, your reptiles pass away, then what? How do you dispose of them?
Depending on how they pass, typically we'll take them to the vet, make sure that it wasn't any sort of disease or anything communicable to the rest of our animals, and then they would take
Dispose of them.
Yep. Sometimes, like we have some that we've used, like have done skeletonized, or we've had their hides done just for like educational things. I have a lot of skulls from not a lot of skulls, but skulls from animals that I used to have that passed away, so we can kind of educate people about them that way too.
She would just never strike.
It's not likely.
Yeah. Anything with a mouth can bite.
Yes. You want to meet some more animals?
Yeah, I really do.
I will take this.
That was unbelievable. Tell me about this guy.
So this is Denim. He does have claws, so he will be a little pokey, but I know because he does kind of. I pet him and I pet you, and you feel kind of similar. So he's actually a Utila Island iguana, so they're the rarest iguana on Earth. So they're critically endangered because on the Utila Islands, the rats, dogs, and cats have been introduced to the island, and they hunt the babies, they eat the eggs as well. else habitat loss.
Gotcha.
So I mean that's one of the things that like we talk about in a lot of our programs and stuff. It's just the importance of conservation and protecting wildlife. And a lot of people don't realize like this is from off the coast of Honduras. We have 500 endangered species in Canada. A lot of people can't name any except for the polar bear.
Yeah.
So we can kind of educate people both about backyard conservation, what they can do to help, as well as animals around the world.
Unreal. And what's their diet?
He is primarily a herbivore. They will eat insects, or in the wild they can chase down like something that's a vertebrate, but mostly they're going to be eating plants and stuff. So they are another. Most people think of iguanas as the big green guys, but there's a lot of different species of iguanas.
Yeah, I've seen in my travels many iguanas.
If you can see, which one do you want to see?
Where is it? There's his head. No, that's not his head. That's his head. He was kissing his tail.
The tail's kind of rough.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like, I couldn't hold the...
Just fascinating. How cool.
Alright, want to get some sloths?
Yes, please.
This is Lucy. She's nothing like that. So Lucy, I say that, and yet she's the only one that's bit one of us.
Okay.
Okay? But you can come up to Lucy. She is totally fine. Again, always watch where your hand is relative to her mouth. But see, she doesn't open up. Right? She's totally fine. You can pet her. You'll see all their fur is pointing down.
Yeah.
It's actually the only mammal like that on the planet. It splits in their belly, it's parted in the belly, everything is pointing down. It's because they live in a rainforest and they're made to sit like this all the time.
Gotcha.
So that sheds water. Right? So if you look, it's actually growing up their arm and down here, up this part of the arm and down, because they're always sitting like this.
Right.
Right? Yeah, you can come up and pet her.
For sure.
She's a sweetie. I'll grab you some food in a second and you can. Oh, thank you.
And so you live here in Calgary?
Yeah.
And these
how
guys,
did you access these sloths?
they moved here from Florida.
They were born
Yeah.
in a zoo in Florida, and the zoo was retiring them from a very busy life. So we told them what we do, and they said, yeah, it's a good home for them.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's one of the important things. I don't know if you know, Brett, that like sloths are actually the number 2 most trafficked animals behind pangolins. Pangolins, because their scales are believed to have medicinal properties, even though they don't, and sloths for the tourism industry as well as
Right.
pets. So ours have never been in the wild, have no concept what the wild is. But if you head to like Costa Rica or somewhere and you see someone just like on a street corner with a sloth, that's definitely been taken from the wild. So that's one of our other messages is sort of responsible ecotourism and how you can interact with animals and connect with wildlife in a way, but not, that it's not harming or exploiting them.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
And she's a. Are they just herbivores?
They are. They strictly, like it's called a leaf eater biscuit, so it simulates being in the wild and eating leaves. And then they get supplemented with carrots and broccoli and nothing. We don't deviate from their diet at all. So check this out. You want to see something cool? A lot of people don't realize human ears. Look at that.
No way.
Feel it.
I had no idea.
Yeah. And you can see she doesn't care at all, right?
Yeah.
She's doing anything that bothered her, but she's a big suck, this girl.
How old is she?
She's 6.
Okay. And how about Linus?
He's 4.
Okay.
We were told that they have mated at their other zoo and had a baby there, and that she could be pregnant with another here, but we won't know. Their gestation is like 8 to 10 months,
Okay.
so we won't know.
Oh, so you haven't had her for very long?
No, we just got her 2 months ago.
I love the the sauna. This reminds me of the sloths that I did see in Florida
Yeah.
and everything.
And
so
this
you
is
keep-
just a temporary cage, right?
Right.
At home, their enclosure has bars everywhere and hammocks and things
Yeah.
like that. It's ease of us transporting them, whether on wheels, because I warned you about him. I want to make sure I can roll him one way,
Yeah,
get you
of
in here
course.
safely. See, but look, you can do anything with this girl.
Well, that really is special. I wonder what the process was bringing this animal across the border, though. Sure, like how many binders and binders of paperwork?
It's actually, it's not that bad, but we hire people. Like we have brokers, we have a vet that meets us at the border. It's all done. We had a vet check before we even met them in Florida. So it's all done. We know the steps. If it's a first time, it's a nightmare. In fact, we know a lady who tried getting one and couldn't get it across the border, and things like that. So
just 4 teeth.
well, 4 big teeth. They have 18 teeth total.
Oh, really?
And most of
Okay.
them are molars like we have. Those
Okay, I
4 teeth,
understand.
I'm shocked they even have those 4 fangs because they're herbivores.
Right.
But
Yeah, but most of the
Maybe
deadliest
for bark
animals on
or-
Earth are herbivores.
what's that?
Most of the deadliest animals on Earth are herbivores.
Yes.
Hippos, Cape buffalo, elephants.
Yeah.
Grab
Wow.
another carrot if you want.
Sure. So in terms of conservation and stuff like that, I mean, you've only had her for a few months, but have you taken her to any schools, or do people have one-on-one visits with her? I was thinking for my kids, who I'm sure would love an opportunity to
Right.
go and talk.
Yeah, so she's traveling with our wildlife festival every weekend,
Yeah.
and we get one of them up on stage and we tell them all about exactly what we were saying about,
Yeah.
responsible animal ownership and things like that. And then she'll end up living at our park where we have the kangaroos and things like that.
Yeah.
Again, we'll teach there.
So Brett, you and I are both touring artists.
Yes,
And
I
so is
know.
the sloth. Yeah,
Yeah.
We just did Regina, Red Deer, Saskatoon. We're in Calgary next weekend, and we've got Medicine Hat, Lethbridge, Fort McMurray, Lloydminster, and then we'll see where else we can.
Awesome.
And another show like this in Edmonton.
Yeah, another show like this at Edmonton. So
But we also limit very much,
Their contact.
well, you can see we charge, and the reason if we didn't, we'd have a lineup all day long.
Yeah.
And we don't want them to be handled.
Yeah.
We'd rather, we're not here to make money off them as opposed to more to show them off and educate people. So one way to limit that is by upping the price.
Of
And
course.
yeah.
No, it's important.
and we get, we've had so many people that have cried, so many people that have been like, we've had people send us stories like how one woman lost her daughter to brain cancer at 21, and it was just her and her sister had loved sloths and had shared that love with her
Yeah.
sister. So be able to do things like that where we can
Well,
connect
break
people
people's
is
names, yeah.
really special.
Yeah.
Well, Lucy is about as special as they get.
She is quite a unique one, this girl.
And they're not endangered, but there's 6 species of sloths, and some of them are. So these guys get to be ambassadors for all of them.
Maybe you are pregnant, sweetie.
Yeah, maybe, eh? You can feel her belly. She doesn't mind. Scratch her belly. Just always watch where her mouth is, but I'm not worried about her.
Yeah.
Hey, baby girl.
Well, thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Do you want to meet a wallaby?
Yes, I do.
All right. So we'll flip this, and inside is Q, who is our smallest, youngest wallaby. Now she does. She. No, he. So he does like to groom. Yeah. So he'll. If you have him right up against you, he'll like give you kisses, and he likes to nuzzle. He loves facial hair.
This one and that one stay at my house. They're in my bedroom. But only for a little while until they get home.
So these guys are legal here in Alberta, but obviously not a house pet. But I hear somebody has some land.
Yeah,
Stay at
exactly.
my house.
You could be a kangaroo and wallaby.
Yeah. And what are those little guys?
The kangaroo is like,
Those are sugar gliders.
Sugar gliders.
Do you want to hold one?
Sure.
Just put your right there, just put one on your hand. You can't drop them, so you might bother the kangaroo. Yeah. Okay.
That's not Romeo, is it?
No. No, Romeo. Even when I stick my finger in, Romeo bites me. No, that's Othello. He's the nicest one.
So it's taken a lot of work to get the sugar gliders that friendly. So it's another animal where we talk about like responsible pet ownership, because so many people see those cute little faces and want them, and then don't realize they're nocturnal. They have a special diet. Are you gonna fly for us?
They come in lots of different colors.
Oh, you're just gonna walk?
Just like don't
Yeah.
pile in there.
I think he's gonna jump. Yep. Oh no. Oh no. Just fall.
They do.
Come on.
You'll crawl up.
I missed that. So they have a little flap of skin that they use to glide,
Yeah.
and they like them on marsupials.
I want to go back in the bag.
It's been a long day for them.
And the crazy thing about wallabies, within 1 hour of giving birth, female can get pregnant again.
No way.
Yeah. So, but the it's about 6 months that the babies stay in the pouch before they're kicked out, and it's a single parent, single residence only.
Yeah.
So the fetus actually goes into what's the word now? What's Maureen? What's the word for the diapause?
Diapause.
Yeah, they go into diapause and basically stop developing. And then once the first baby leaves, the hormones kick in and they start developing
Continue
again.
to develop again.
So that would make Maury shows a whole other level of awkward.
Yeah, no.
This guy, his name.
This is cute.
That is Angel. This
Pretty
one
cute,
is
eh?
Baby.
Was there two in there?
No, just
Oh,
one.
I was like, hi. Oh, look at the white
That's
one.
Q.
You're an amazing artist.
Chris.
I listen to you all the time.
Very kind of you to say that. Thank you very much.
My mom recognized who you are, and I had to look it up.
All
so.
right, on. Well, thanks, Chris. Thanks, Mom. Thanks.
Oopsies.
Oh, this is so cool, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's hard to resist them.
No kidding.
Now you're good.
How was that, Brett?
I loved it. I mean, the sloths. I mean, that was such a great experience. But putting the snake around my shoulders, like
Have you not
you
done
can't
that
describe
before?
it. Years and years and years ago, like when I was on some type of excursion, like I held the snake, you get the picture, and that was it. But I love how educational you and your team are, and truly how much knowledge that I'm leaving this with, and I can't wait to tell my kids about this.
I still think we need to, maybe your Strathmore show, bring a snake and do an Alice Cooper cover.
Yeah.
And I'll put the snake over your shoulders and you can
How would
do
the snake respond to rock and roll guitars and
fine.
and loud
just
drums?
fine. They'll be okay.
Yeah.
It worked for Alice.
It worked for Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Worked for Britney Spears.
Worked for Britney
I don't think
Spears,
I'm going to
yeah.
be playing Toxic though in my show.
No, it was slave free.
Slave for You.
There you
I'm not playing that one either in my show.
No country version
Yeah.
of slave for you.
No, I don't think so. Maybe one more time. That one I liked.
That one would be good.
Yeah. Oops, I did it again. I like that one too.
Well,
Absolutely.
thanks so much, Brett, for coming
Thanks,
by.
dude. Yeah. What a blast. This is so cool.